All right, here we go. Zsa Zsa, go. Go in your bed. All right, I'll go up here. Oh my God, Zsa Zsa, here. Go. You see that jump? Zsa Zsa, what are you doing? Okay. Hi, Zsa Zsa. All right, Zsa Zsa, look what we got. You got your toy. You got your toy, Zsa Zsa. You got your toy. You got your toy. What do you got? Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Boom, is that you? Are you in here? Where are you, Boom? Or which stream are you choosing? This one or the other one? Ooh. Zsa Zsa. Zsa Zsa. Hello, Zsa Zsa. Hello, Zsa Zsa. Hello, Zsa Zsa. Zsa 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 Zsa. Zsa 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 Zsa. Zsa 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 Zsa. Hello, Zsa Zsa. Hello, Zsa Zsa. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Is there anybody in there? Zsa Zsa, just nod if you can hear me. Is there anybody home? There is no pain you are receiving. Dum da 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 dum dum. Da 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 da. Okay, Zsa Zsa, hold on, hold up. Hold up, Zsa Zsa, Zsa Zsa, oh Okay. Oh. Jesus Montero's dead. Zsa Zsa, watch the... boom, look, you're on this stream too. Whoa! Zsa Zsa, Zsa Zsa, Zsa 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 Zsa, Zsa 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 Zsa. Hey, Muzzy! Muzzy, did you know that you can do 2 live streams simultaneously on YouTube? If you have 2 different cameras, or 3 or 4, you can do as many live streams as you want, perhaps. Did you know that, Muzzy? Muzzy, get ready, because Wednesday, sweet gefilte fish, regular gefilte fish, pizza bagel, split pea soup, potato soup, lox and cream cheese. Oh my! You have no fingers. Well, smash that like button with your paw. Boom shakalaka. Zsa. Zsa 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 Zsa. Zsa 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 Gabor. Zsa, we're gonna have a huge lunch on Wednesday. Holy moly. Hold on, let me put this up here. Hold on. There we go. Zsa Zsa. Now they can see a bit better. Okay. Oh, Zsa Zsa. Zsa 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 Zsa. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, I know. There was a whole bunch before, but I changed the title. I didn't want it to be clickbait. I'd rather just have the live view. I don't care. But there is evidence of me having 2 live streams going, Boom. I'm the first YouTuber that you met, that you know, that's doing 2 simultaneously. 2, like Richard Nixon. 2 live streams at once. Oh, don't bite me. Yeah, well, you know what? Woo, open your mind and think outside. Hey, what's going on, Luke Perry? How you doing? I'm playing with Zsa Zsa here, as you can see. How's your night going? The Blue Jays won. I know you didn't watch the game, but they won. Zsa Zsa, say hi to Luke. Say hi, right here. Hey, see the video? See? You're on TV. Say hello. Oh, that's my hand. Ow! What do you mean no evidence? Like there's no chat? Maybe because I changed the title. I don't know. I had 2 chats going before. Zsa Zsa is 3.5 months. She's a boxer mastiff mixed breed. She's gonna be huge. Here, look how big she is. Show your belly. Show your big belly. Ow! You bit my ear. Show me your big belly. Show me your big belly. You got a belly button. Where's your belly button? Show me your belly button. Where's your belly button? Where'd it go? Come here. Where's your belly button? What happened? The fur grew over it? Oh, there it is. There's your belly button. Show here. Right there. There's your belly button. Right there. All right. She wants to run. No video or chat? Oh, hold on. Oh, maybe it's buffering. Hold on, hold on. Zsa, get out! Get out! Get out! Okay, boom, I set it up. Yeah, okay. Can she bark? Oh yeah, she barks. Boom, it's on right now. I set up 2 of them. Oh yeah, I don't know if she'll bark on command, but here, I'll show you a trick. She does some stuff. Where's your treats? Zsa Zsa. Hey. Come here. Okay. Here, hold on. So, hey, Zsa Zsa, come here. Hey. Okay, hold on. Zsa Zsa, no. Zsa Zsa, sit. See, she sat. All right, paw, paw. Give me paw. Paw. Good girl. Okay, now here's the new one I'm trying to do. Sit. Okay, come here, come here. Come here, come here. Come on. Around. Turn around. Around. No, you gotta come around. Around. Try it again. Around. Around. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. All right, here you go. Don't kill me. All right, boom. There you go. I got both streams running. All right, here, I'll give you more food. You want more food? No problem. Here you go. More food. Yeah, I'm here. I am here, Boom. What's up? Hello, anyone. I am here. I am confused. Boom, I have both live streams going right now. I just checked on my TV. I went onto my page and I can choose from either this one or the other one. And look, right now you can watch Zsa Zsa eating. There you go. Zsa Zsa's gonna eat. If I can hit that. Oh, come on. What the heck? Oh no. What am I doing? Oh my. Okay, here we go. There we go. Zsa Zsa's eating food. Zsa Zsa, what do you want? Water? You just ate all that food? Here, want some more? Here. Here. No, you're hungry? Have some more. Yes, Boom, I'm here. I'll say Shalom, Boom, again. Shalom, Boom. Okay. Yes, Zsa Zsa's not in the other stream. The other stream, Boom, is a stream of downtown Toronto. So you're correct. What's going on, Luke? Zsa Zsa barks, but she doesn't bark on command. But she can bark. She's got a really loud bark. Hey, come here. I'm just trying to get her to settle down here. What, for you or for Zsa Zsa or for me? Who's going to sleep? I want to watch the NFL replay.
To be able to take that in is pretty impressive, and I tend to agree with him. I think he was born ready for this, but it also
Boom, are you gonna be dreaming of split pea soup, lox and cream cheese, gefilte fish, potato soup, pizza bagels? I hope that's what you're dreaming of. Dude, you're at almost 5,000 hits of your Blue Jays that Game 7 video right now. Holy shnikes, Boom. Good one, buddy. That was a good shot. Good thumbnail.
Reaching your first 4,000 hours of watch time is easy, and in this video, I'm going to prove it to you. Now, it took me just 21 days to get monetization on this account, and I also have 2 other accounts with over 400,000 subscribers. So trust me when I say I know what I'm talking about. Now, the crazy thing is, only 3% of 114 million YouTubers ever hit monetization. So if you're not there yet, don't worry. We'll be willing to apply everything I'm about to teach you in this video. Alright, so firstly, how many views do you actually need to get to hit 4,000 watch hours? Well, that totally depends on how long each viewer stays watching for. But to simplify it and make it easy to understand, I've made this graph. So let's say, on average, you make videos that are around 10 minutes long. So how many views would you need to hit 4,000 watch hours? Well, 4,000 hours is 240,000 minutes. That's how many minutes make up 4,000 hours, which is quite a lot. So if you're making videos that were 10 minutes long, and you have an average view duration of around 20%, which means most people watching your videos are watching on average for 2 minutes out of a 10-minute video, you would need around 120,000 views. 1,000 views times 2 minutes equals 240,000 minutes, which is obviously 4,000 hours of watch time. However, on the other hand, let's say your viewers are watching on average 3 minutes with a video that's long. In this case, you would only need 80,000 views. This 80,000 times 3 is 240,000 minutes. So to hit 4,000 watch hours quicker, you can either A, get loads more views,
Alright,
or
Zsa Zsa.
B, try to improve your average.
Here we go, Zsa Zsa.
So for the rest of this video, I'm going to give you 5 methods of how to do both of these. So method
Zsa Zsa,
one
here,
is to
I gotta
put your old
fix this.
long-form shorts into new long shorts. Now you might be thinking,
Okay, don't worry.
these shorts don't count towards your 4,000 hours of watch time, and you would be right. However, there is actually a sneaky trick you can do to directly boost your overall watch time on your long form by using shorts. And you'd be surprised at just how many people don't know you can do this. So if you do create a lot of long form content and you've already got a fair few videos on the channel, I'm going to recommend that you go in and clip up every long form video you have into like 5 new viral shorts. And you might be thinking, well, that's loads, how am I supposed to do that? Don't worry, because the cool thing here is you're not actually creating any more work yourself, as these shorts will be directly taken from your long form videos. And by doing this, you can pump out loads of shorts that all directly relate to your long form content. And the tool I would use here is Nexus Clips. It's an AI tool that basically analyzes your video, picks out the best segments, and then creates up to 5 viral shorts from one single video. Now, I used it to repurpose all my horizontal
Nothing there.
videos into vertical shorts that I can instantly
What are you
upload
looking
to the
for?
platform. Now, it also has features like facial recognition, and it can even add animated subtitles automatically. All you have to do is drop your videos into the AI tool, and the rest of it will do it for you. So once you've created and uploaded like 5 shorts
There you go.
per video, the way to get them to directly boost your overall watch time is just go into each short and
Hey,
immediately link
don't.
these shorts to the relevant long form video you took them from. So this means as these shorts start to
Zsa
gather
Zsa.
more and more
Hey,
exposure, you'll
stop.
have a ton of
Let
views
go.
click
Hey.
onto the linked video from your short and
Stop
start
it.
building your overall watch
What are you
time.
doing?
And obviously, the more shorts you
Wait,
have
here, where's your bone? Take this,
the more
come here.
chance you'll have of
Look at that.
through and watching that long form video. Now it's simple but really, really effective. The link for that tool is in the description. Okay, so the next
Here.
method number 2 is
Hey,
slightly
chew on that.
but this is improving your average view duration. So going back to the graph I showed you earlier, the higher your average view duration, the less views you need. So really, the best way to reach 4,000 watch hours is actually to increase your average view duration. But this is often the hardest route as well. Because let's say, if you can improve your
Here.
videos from
Hey.
a 20% average view duration to a 30% average view duration, this would mean you'll
Oh, you
need
see that flip?
4,000 less views overall to hit that 4,000 hours watch time, which is a lot of views. But now you might be asking, how do you improve average view duration? Well, I would need an entire video to go into the depth required for this topic, but for now, I can give you 5 quick, easy pointers so you can immediately improve your own. So let's go. Number 1 is nail the first 15 seconds, which is a hook. So the first 15 seconds is the most important and vital part of every video you post. If you can't immediately hook the viewer and give them a reason to care, they'll bounce, which is why every single video will always see the biggest drop off of viewers within the first 15 seconds. So you need to open your video with a powerful hook that immediately teases the outcome, highlights the value you're delivering, or sparks curiosity the viewer has to resolve. Just always avoid long intros.
Stop eating the couch.
Number 2 is use pattern interrupts to hold
Stop.
attention. Now, as humans, our brains crave novelty. So if your video just feels the same all the way through, like no edits, no B-roll, no camera angle changes, your viewers will just get bored and click off. That's where pattern interrupts.
Stop eating the
They are simple
couch.
things like a quick change in camera angle, like a animated pop-up, like some B-roll, like a zoom, or some like on-screen text. These subtle edits keep your video feeling alive, giving your viewer's brain just enough stimulation to stay engaged without feeling overwhelmed, and it can work wonders on your retention rate. Number 3, cut the fluff. Now, retention dies out when your pacing drags and just feels a bit boring. Every second of your video should either add value or move the story forward.
Hey, don't kill me.
That means you need to cut out any filler words, cut out any rambling, or cut out things that have been repeated. You need to be ruthless with your editing. Now, if a particular part of your video doesn't provide any value,
Here.
to go. Fast and clean pacing.
Oh my god, what are you setting on me for?
It also makes
What was that
you seem
move?
a bit more professional and confident too. Number 4, use open loops. Now, open loops
Oh,
are
thank you.
psychological tricks that tease
Both
value
left and right.
and keep people watching until they get it. It's as simple as just saying things in your video like, "But the real secret, I'll show you that in a second. But for now," like this kind of thing plants curiosity and creates a mini cliffhanger in your viewer's brain. But of course, if you do use open loops in videos, just make sure you actually deliver on them, because if you don't, your viewers won't be happy.
With MX Platinum, meeting up for a run takes on a whole new meaning. With access to an annual travel credit and perks like
Yeah.
free checkout at fine hotels and
Whatever.
resorts, so you
She
can
does what
celebrate
she
the
wants.
big race in the ways you want to.
Zsa Zsa.
That's the powerful
I don't know what she's
back.
doing. Here, eat the bone. It's a Nyla bone, your favorite. Bacon flavored Nyla bone, Zsa Zsa. You want this or what? Hey, eat that instead. Much tastier. It tastes like bacon. It's not kosher, but it tastes like bacon. Hello? Oh my. What are you digging? What is there? Stop! Hey! Don't bite that! Grab that Nyla bone. Watch your yoga pose. What are you doing? Here, you hear that? She makes a lot of weird noises. She sounds like a gremlin or an Ewok. Or Chewbacca.
So there you have it, 5 easy ways to get your attention. I would suggest trying to give a fill in the next video. I promise you'll see
Well, thanks.
how configuration starts to improve. Then the next method we have is end screens and a call to action. Now this is probably one of the easiest things to reduce your watch time, which amazes me because I still see so many YouTubers just not doing this. And these things here are the end screens. These things here are the end of the video. Now guys, these are so useful and they're really important because as soon as one of your viewers finishes watching one of your videos, instead of having them click off someone else's video, you can instead suggest another one of your videos for them to watch and keep them on your platform, which will boost your overall watch time massively. So whenever you post a new video, you always need to make sure you have some end screens during the process. Now I personally always like to select just the best of the video, which means the next video that you should suggest at the end of that video is always going to be tailored towards the interests of that specific video. Or of course you could select this one which is the latest video. And this option isn't quite clear because of the more views on your most recent video, but either way, just make sure you have this on. And of course, you should always have the link to another video in your description too. Literally just say something like, if you enjoyed this video, please watch this one next. And then finally, just put this as a pinned comment as well. So everywhere, at the end screen of your video, in the description of your video, and in the comments of your video, you're linking one of the next videos for your viewers to come to. And this will keep them there on your channel longer, boosting your overall watch time. I promise you it works on absolute. Then the next method we have is video trackers. Now, you may have seen me mention these before, but that's because I don't, and I pretty much include them in my 99% videos. And I would always recommend you guys do the same. Now, if you don't know what video trackers are, there are these things here. They're just timestamps. Some creators love them, some creators hate them. Personally, I'm for them. And there's a very specific reason why. And this all leads back to audience retention. Now, I want you to think about the last time you clicked on a video, you got bored halfway through, and then just clicked on it.
What are you doing, Josh?
You clicked off because A, the video wasn't satisfying your needs, or B, you just got bored before the juicy bit started to happen. Now, this is where timestamps become really effective. Because realistically, if you make a video that's, let's say, 10 minutes long, your audience is not going to find every single second of that video entertaining. There are naturally going to be some bits of the video where your viewers start zoning out or getting bored. Now, if you don't include video chapters,
Zsa Zsa, what are you doing, buddy?
As soon as they get bored, because they will just down the value of the rest of the video. However, if you do include these timestamps, when your viewers start to get bored, instead of just clicking off the video, they'll instead go to the timestamp list down below and select a new section. It's like a final attempt to keep watching the video and trying to enjoy it. And they might even find that the next section they click on might be far more enjoyable and they'll decide to stick around a bit more. So this will actually increase your average view ratio because they're choosing to stick around, give your video another go.
Zsa Zsa, what are you doing? Zsa Zsa. Zsa Zsa, what are you doing? Alright.
Basic level reach process. Obviously, everyone wants you to comment on videos, but you just need to be creative in the way you get your viewers to comment, because you can't literally just say something like, "Hey, please comment down below to have me in that one time." That's just not going to work. Instead, the way to do this is you need to make it feel natural and organic, like a subtle nudge to get down there in the comment section. Now, for me, I try to do this in a couple of different ways. I like to.
What are you doing? Hey,
where other creators can go and find
take that instead.
in the niche connected. Or I will ask a specific question
want this?
about what my viewers are struggling with. So you need to find a way to stir up conversation amongst your own audience. Find out their
Hello?
opinions, find out what they want to talk about,
Hello?
and initiate conversation.
You want this or what?
Now the reason I do this is because it increases my watch time in two different ways. Firstly, the more comments and views leave, the better the algorithm rating. Better the algorithm rating means the more YouTube is going to put it out, and the more YouTube pushes it out, the more views I get as a result. Of course, the more views you get, the more watch time you get. Secondly, it obviously takes time for people to scroll down and leave a comment. So they are automatically increasing my watch time the longer they spend down there in the comment section, leaving comments and reading other people's comments. Now, it's
Zsa Zsa, what are you doing, buddy?
But every second counts, especially if you're not monetized. So guys, just always try to get people to leave comment sections down there in the comment section. I promise you it will really help you watch. Now, if you enjoyed this video, you found that helpful.
Luke, where are you from? Are you from Toronto or?
My YouTube Growth Accelerator is an online course packed full of value. And I've just put on sale for $100. It's the most affordable and in-depth course out there in the market. Link is in the description and we'd love to see what you guys think.
What are you doing? What is here? There's nothing. Hey. What are you doing?
Minute Maid Zero Sugar want you to know.
Zsa Zsa, why are you snorting and sniffing? That's what you sound like. Alright.
The one mistake you're probably making that prevents new channels from getting off the ground before they're even given a chance. Because if you make this mistake in the first 30 days, you'll be stuck under 1,000 subs for months or even years. I've analyzed hundreds of different channels over the years and I found something shocking. This is specifically for you if you started your YouTube channel recently and you've uploaded under 10 videos with disappointing results. Here's the mistake.
Hey.
The moment you post a video, you want to share it with as many people as possible to give it that boost. So they post their Instagram or show their family or friends, Facebook, send links to coworkers, and as everyone they know to watch and subscribe. It seems logical, right? But here's what you don't know. This single action could poison your entire YouTube career, destroying your channel's data for months and years. Here's exactly why telling your channel to family and friends is the worst thing you could do. YouTube's algorithm is incredibly sophisticated. We're talking one of the most advanced AIs in the world. So, when you upload a video, YouTube doesn't just want to show it to a bunch of random people. Instead, your video goes through a 4-phase learning process. In the first phase, within the first day or two, it's shown to a very small test audience pool. This is based off your title, thumbnail, tags, and metadata. And in this first phase, they're measuring dozens of data points like watch time, CTR. Think of this as YouTube's way of asking, is this content any good? If you make videos and aren't repurposing them into clips for shorts and other platforms, you're missing out on millions of views. But what stops most of us from doing this is not knowing which parts of our video are worth clipping, and the time it takes to edit those clips into vertical format. Now imagine if there was a way to have that entire process done for you. Well, there is. I got this clip in seconds without even picking it out or editing it myself. It's all done with a tool called nexusclips.com. I'll leave a link below for it. All you have to do is connect your channel, upload your video, and click on generate moments. Its advanced AI analyzes your content and shows you the moments that are most likely to go viral. I tested this myself and it found the viral part of my video, which I uploaded as a short and got 100 million views. It even adds automatic subtitles that you can customize, which you need because 70% of people watch shorts without sound. Nexusclips.com isn't just a one-time hack to go fast. It becomes the crucial part of your process, helping you consistently save time repurposing your content. Take advantage of my exclusive discount code BELMONT. So click the link in the description now to claim the special promotion. Then in the second phase, which happens about a week after the video is posted, YouTube will start showing it to a slightly broader audience, ones with similar interests to the one that originally in level 1 performed well with. So this is where YouTube figures out who your video is working for and just shows it to more rows. Phase 3 happens in weeks 2 and 3, showing your video to viewers with a very specific viewing patterns and interests. This is where the magic happens because these are going to be your ideal things. And then finally, in phase 4, which is an ongoing phase, your video gets recommended on the homepage and the suggested section on YouTube alongside similar content and shown to people with a proven interest in your niche. This is where YouTube knows exactly who the right audience is as soon as you post your video. It's essentially found audience fit, which is exactly where you want to be. Because all your growth is coming organically because you just post a video and it just blows up. You don't do anything. The algorithm works for you, which is exactly how you should be growing. But when you share your video with your personal network like friends, family, it breaks the entire learning process. Because number one, all the traffic is coming from external, like if you send a link that somebody clicks on it, or if one of your friends is signed for their YouTube account and they don't watch your videos typically, and then they're just watching yours, YouTube will view that as a red flag, like, why are they even watching this? Plus, they won't even watch much of it. They'll like skim through it a little bit, judge you, and then click off. It's going to destroy your watch time. And then YouTube's going to show your video to more people like your friends and family who aren't even in it in the first place, and your channel's going to completely fail. That's why it's so important to keep your YouTube channel secret, especially when you're starting
when you're only getting a couple hundred views, because every view counts, and if one of them completely restores your watch time, it could actually sabotage your entire video's success. So it might be a slower start, not telling anyone, but that will be very temporary, and your gains will be insurmountable compared if you were to have told people, because again, even if you did tell people, it's never going to work. Sure, you might be able to muscle your way to like 500 subscribers, and that's it. Or you can just get 500 subscribers a day organically, no problem. Just with a bit of patience. The first few weeks of starting a YouTube channel is so important. Don't pollute your data with external traffic like sharing with people you know. Your retention is going to be way too low, it will never work. Versus if you just don't tell anybody, your retention will be 50% if your videos are good. Give it a few weeks where you let that algorithm do its thing, and you can have 1,000 subscribers in a few months. Whereas the person who shared it will have polluted data, and it can take them over a year to get 1,000 subscribers. Also, you're going to make less money if you tell people about your channel, because your CPM is going to be so much lower because the audience fit isn't right. You might only have a $3 CPM if you share it with other people, because the audience has no specific target audience. It's just all over the place. Plus, if you're not selling a product or service, that's a huge portion of your income that you can't even tap into. But if you have audience fit, your CPM is going to be higher, around $10 to $15. So that's already 5 times as much money. Plus, you might have a 2% conversion rate on whatever you're selling, so you are quite literally going to make 10 times the money, if not way more, just by keeping your channel secret. The only downside with not telling people is that it can be slow and confusing at the start, so you want to aim for these numbers. If you're making 8 to 10 minute videos, you want to be aiming for 35 to 40% retention. And for CTR, you want to aim for around 4 to 5% for most niches. For the other niches, you want to be aiming for 10%. And the comments you are getting on your videos should be related to the topic of your video. And if you want to have really good metadata that's going to give you so many more views, use the tool called vidIQ. There's a link for it in the description. It basically shows you everyone's tags, video performance, and so many other things. It's a must-have tool for YouTube. It's free, but there's a keyword inspector. You can see how many people are searching up a specific keyword, so you can choose the highest volume ones for your metadata. And if you want way higher level tactics, the YouTube Growth Academy is now open. There's a link to join in the description. It's basically where I help you blow up on YouTube the easiest way possible and the most guaranteed way. With that said, I'll catch you guys later. See.
With your RBC Navion Visa, you can choose from over 500 airlines. And switch and get up to 55,000 Navion points. And up to 3,000 points. Your idea of never missing out happens here.
You tired, Zsa Zsa?
Hello, everybody. I'm going to apologise on Stevie's behalf because I know he gets really upset when we do this the old-fashioned way, when we go slice videos together. Look at the silver side. Just even this way, the video quality is right now sounds better than most other people. Yeah, about 100. So there we are. Hey, welcome to OCD Studio. That's what everybody wants me to read in the home studio.
No, you did. I did that have people like that. So I might have a t-shirt along with Philly accent and everything else to go along with it. Or maybe just a screenshot of a one-year no compete clause from TK or WWE. That's not for a segment. No, that's for a segment. Right. It's up to you. It's just, it's going to bring back bad memories. I'm from the death clause here. I'm not from the 1 year sailing. 1 year, no compete clause.
Death clauses seem to okay. We'll get to the death clause later. Just so everybody knows, the concept of the short as well. And it's really good news. This is pretty new because like Storm said, this is the part of this contract. Back in 2019, it is the just cause clause if you are fired. And if you are fired, the just cause, this is basically fairly extreme, but I guess we can do extreme. They can enact an open compete clause 1 year and not pay, or at least that's what they attempt to do when they put it in the contract. So Andrade was holding the centre around in October 1st. I think actually in September 13th he was fired by WWE cited multiple rounds policy violations, plus just kind of disappeared off the radar. He was apparently the tag title would get opinions, they couldn't get hold of it, eventually he was fired outright. At some point, I guess, Tony Khan and Andrade both believe that they have no compete. They just wanted WWE just wanted Andrade gone. He goes to AEW Dynamite and here's that October 1st section and that's Kenny Omega. Then ever since radio silence, apart from October 1st where he did an independent wrestling game and crashed in the next time. Now, 1 year, no compete. Is this something you've ever heard?
No, it's something I've never heard of. I know about if you're injured, they kind of freeze your contract and extend it for injury. I think Drew was in that boat a few years ago with a few other people. There's a time and a place back in my years, I would say, the death clause era, when even the 90-day no compete after getting released was challenged here and there because it was 90 days if you want to get paid, and then some people sort of gone mad and just went to another company, like TNA, most of the time it was TNA back then, or just started working and said, I don't want that. It's obviously set up in 3 months in the wrestling universe, you lose a lot of steam. So that you not want to go to a competing promotion, which by the way, you always said there is no competition, but that actually in itself shows they want to protect the competition from capitalizing on any steam, push, momentum that a talent had in WWE. Now they continue to, like the NFL, I don't know if European football, they have a class, where they can say, if you do anything or say anything, we can cut you, we can forego any guarantees from the team, the NFL can suspend you. WWE seems to be doing that. 1 year no compete though, man, that's beyond the pale, especially when you still argue to this day and beyond. Are they independent contractors or are they employers? They're independent contractors when it's convenient for WWE. They're employees when it's even more convenient for WWE.
That'd be good to see the payoff. If you can get the very interesting.
I know in 2008, I wasn't even really throughout my, how should I say, I wasn't even like a year or so in my contract. It might have been the end of 2007, but I was released August 15, 2008. I didn't go past the first year of that new contract, which was the old contract.
I found it really difficult to so any rookie with attempts and players that you say quickly would get to policy violation and on the edge. Difficulty in picking up the side of the I found that very, very interesting. And also, they trusted this same guy, who was also got by his own car again. So it's sort of almost like the kind of back to why somebody tries to do this before. But why do you think they do anything down? I get that very quickly picking up a shot. And then putting in the golf kind of funding, keeping up the thing when they get like straight away. And they were focusing on contact. That's a huge risk. So the TNA, they did this, well, it's obviously the series with Kurt Angle. The TNA did this with Kurt Angle. So how many times did it start? Like how many steps like this one got in the
There was two different sides of that. You look at the Kurt Angle thing, TNA took the risk by obviously debuting him. And WWE could have had more of a leg to stand on because Kurt was a huge draw for WWE. They featured him for how many years, multiple time world champion on TV, even if he's not wrestling, he was a great entertaining act on WWE. Now, no offense to Andrade, but he has not, displayed any of that, especially in the recent, time he had what's the word I'm looking for, whatever, the Steve Richards era, the fabulous 4 months, although he was there longer. What I'm saying is, AEW may have taken the risk because WWE just wanted to get him off their hands. And therefore, he wasn't really featured. Of course, on the other end, and this is where WWE, and they're kind of like, their PSYOP machine says, wow, you did all this and we were just about to put the tag titles on you. We were just about to strap the rocket on you. We were just about, and in a lawsuit for AEW debuting him during the time he wasn't supposed to be on TV, WWE could have some just cause, pun intended, to say, we were just about to really do something with this guy, and AEW came in and really did this like in a, legal way, I guess, when it comes to tampering with somebody not under contract, but under that no-compete clause, which I repeat, is still a joke because they want everybody to be independent contractors. The minute your work is done, you should be able to go somewhere else.
With the no-compete, people have challenges on that. And what as well.
Do you ever see the rain?
Let's just get to the Andrade. Let's just get to Andrade. Who's pulling off what people who inside the circus want to wear policy violations over the last year. So he is no longer policy violation. That means that it's a lot stronger. Then the current ball wouldn't stop because apparently multiple was just his last run. And this could have been also just refusing to take the tests as well, which also constitutes a wellness policy violation. So we don't know what that is exactly. That's not been made public. But there's so few wellness policy violations that are made public. It's always big news when it happens. I don't think they really released this book. It's got out the last time out. It was Matt Riddle. And Matt Riddle was the one who violated He violated wellness policy like the second time at the end of 2023. It's game on after that. But yeah, very few people fail at this actually. Announced to be failing.
There's another point to this too, because you said that Andrade isn't the first one that WWE tried this with as far as not letting them compete after WWE getting released and appearing to be a problem for the company and for management. This is kind of like wanting to get released to go to another company. This is not anything old for professional wrestlers or even athletes or entertainers that want to get out of their contract, want to get out of the company and go somewhere else. You said Alberto Del Rio was the last time they really kind of tried this tactic that they're doing what I'm trying. Am I correct with that?
You are, yeah. That's a little further to go to.
There's nothing happening. I don't know what you're doing. Come back up here. Alright, have some water. Good idea.
We think he's doing this on purpose. Because once again, he's always making decisions to try to exit their own rights policy tests and then refusing to go to work. Because also something that gets lost is that I believe that SummerSlam failed the wellness policy test at least the second time. And he was escorted off the premises where they were filming the WWE SmackDown. And I think ever since then, we've gone able when he was apparently supposed to be blind.
well, I don't want to speak out to him because I have no idea what's going on in his personal life, but there's a lot of personal things that have gone on. His ex-wife is with the company, you know, and he comes back during that time. I don't know the timeline of when they actually split up, but it seems like maybe there's some kind of personal issue, emotional issues going on, mental issues that are just putting him on a downward spiral. And I don't know, I couldn't tell. I don't know anything about Andrade, but I do know if there's a mix between a cry for help and a cry to like get out of that environment and go somewhere, even though it did have a fight with Sammy Guevara and maybe some other things in AEW, it's probably less emotionally taxing on Andrade to not be the same company as the Jacks.
With that being so, normally it's 90 days worth of beats, and it's always the same way of being released. It's just clause kind of thing. It's fairly new to, I guess, nearly everybody. Because once again, they've been putting, this is pre-TKO, they've been doing this for quite a number of years before TKO. But if you cast your mind back, what was the 90-day local beat clause? How's that explained to you? Were there any just cause clauses added in to your contract as well? So I think that's a massive little bit penalising further.
No, there wasn't an official like morality clause in there, but the 90-day no compete was literally like, well, first of all, you're always welcome back when you get released. They said, I'll see you Monday. Oh, God, no, come on Monday. So, no, it was not anything that was a thing back then. The 90-day was basically then the way they framed it was they were doing you a favor. Hey, listen, we're going to pay you for 90 days, you can sit at home, you can heal up, you can kind of get everything back together.
Wait, water?
Like you
Oh
would
my
to
gosh. How much water do you want tonight,
But
Zsa?
that 90 days,
Well, you can have as much as you want.
my educated guess is to take whatever, not that I had any, but whatever momentum, steam, whatever push you were featured with on TV, in 90
Excuse
days
me.
is almost
Pardon me.
lifetime.
Coming through.
That's
through.
when angles begin and almost begin again.
Here, want some
within
food?
90 days. So, and especially this Zimbabwe kind of ADD type of thing.
Boom, shakalaka.
Very quickly. So this is their way. And 1 year, I mean, 1 year, you might as well just start over again. You know, as a completely fresh character because a year is a
Wanna know,
multiple lifetimes.
did you ever see
It's
the...
really how it's you've got a lot of information.
Oh,
Obviously, that's why I went back to Jeff Hardy. So you remember at the end of 2021, very near Christmas,
oh, George is back. Hello.
apparently he explained this.
Hi.
So now,
Getting tired? Me too.
very genuine, halfway through the match, like the weekly brand. And I would have thought if there's ever going to be a just cause clause, similar to Andrade, that we have, that he ended up signing with AEW, working for them 90 days later as well. So why not for Jeff? Why for Andrade? Because you fairly, if it's 2019 or Storm, that is his contract, I'm presuming Jeff Hardy probably had it in his contract as well in 2021, 2022. Why did he get a whole one year?
It could be, and this is the trick. This is what it's important. Like you figure Jeff drew money for the company, was still selling merchandise. He was somebody they wanted to at least hang on to, and if not, well, that year you don't see Jeff Hardy, they can still sell his t-shirts, do all that stuff, and really not let AEW take advantage of that. So the fact they let Jeff do that, and the fact they will not let Andrade do that, which is like, he never really moved the needle on WWE, and my prediction would be he wouldn't really move the needle on AEW as well. So it's so strange unless maybe they just got bug up their butt and they're just bored and they're picking on him, or he must have, just my guess, he must have did or not did something so egregious politically to the office of management that they to make his life a little better. Did you get that impression?
Yeah, and here's why is because just one whole year, no pay, how can this be?
And no pay.
And
That's fair.
here's the real thing, actually, is what constitutes justice. Because I gave the example now of the video, and I said, well, what if somebody refuses to do a storyline? Well, let's say they're 2 months left in their contract, and let's say creative, and let's say they're really, really trying to sort of force a situation here, where somebody in creative says, you've got to do this on TV this week, and they refuse. Let's say it's against the morals, it's against a character, it doesn't make sense. Does that count as just good? Well, you know, insubordination basically to the company, that's just good. Well, maybe that's too much left, but we're going to ban it for a year or something like that. You know? Can this be manipulated by the company?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everybody manipulates this type of morality clause. In the NFL, it's like if you send out a tweet or something on social media, or anything happens that we don't like, we can basically suspend you, we can ban you, we can do whatever, even outside of any TV stuff or wellness policy violations. This makes the professional wrestling contract somehow, I didn't think it was possible, to be even more one-sided to the promoter and not the talent. It's very much something that you're pushing, kind of like antitrust laws, right? You're pushing some kind of monopoly thing where you're trying to prevent somebody from making any kind of living anywhere. What you said was, if Andrade even wanted to do MMA, he's not allowed to do that. So now it encompasses anything combat sport, or even, you might want to say entertainment. So you wanted to be an action star. Isn't that considered to be a mix between entertainment and combat sports? There's very much a gray area, but once again, all the chips are put on the side of the promotion.
The reason for having these extremely long no-compete clauses is because, if indeed this is what Andrade was aiming for, is to stop people from getting themselves fired on purpose. Because there was a number of people, Brody Lee, Ali, I'm strong blank, what was his first name?
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali, I'm sorry. There were a couple of other people who sort of like,
Did you say Sean Spears too?
Sean
Something like that?
Spears as well, they all went on Twitter, social media, and sort of asked around this probably kind of thing. And people turned down the defense of the but then someone like, in theory, because we don't know this is the case, Andrade is going to go to that next level, or somebody would be going to that next level, and getting on grounds policies and tests, not turning up with word Batman, whatever it might be. This is the reasoning by the companies. This dissuades people from making real serious efforts to sort of damage promotion, I guess, or possibly. Do you think this is the case?
Well, I would give a different kind of idea for WWE, TKO, and any wrestling promotion. Maybe you should treat the talent better. Maybe you should make the talent want to stay. But I also, the more you talk about the wellness policy, not answering phone calls, I think it's more of a personal issue rather than a political issue with the office. Now, it's been turned into a personal issue from the office to Andrade because now they're exercising something that, quite frankly, I don't think most times they would if it's a little bit more amicable. If he has issues or any kind of personal stuff, but once again, I'm just guessing, but that kind of behavior and that kind of going off the grid while you're failing drug tests and stuff like that is literally some kind of cry for something. But it's also something where, in the past too, when you start to act out like that, other companies are going to say, we don't want that, but for some reason they do. They do still sign Alberto Del Rio multiple times to multiple different companies, and it looks like Andrade still has different, and now he can't go to TNA because they have a working relationship with WWE. Otherwise, I think he would go there for a completely fresh start somewhere else. I don't know. I just think for them to put it even in Lance Storm's contract,
Okay, let's rewind. A freak hailstorm hit, sending this group running for shelter. But thanks to a live parlay on BetMGM, soon the whole bar is voting for a win. Make it a place you'll never forget. BetMGM Sportsbook. Make it legendary.
put it even in Lance Storm's contract, agents, trainers, other people like that, that's a weird thing too. Unless there's something going on with NXT Performance Center where they're trying to prevent you from a moral standpoint of doing anything to fraternize with talent and things like that.
So the FTC some 6 weeks ago apparently abandoned its efforts to ban most clauses in the contract. So this is actually according to law when the state of Texas I believe challenged that rule that decision in 2024 where found simply now WWE may well just be safe from that because there's some evidence trying to stop the perfect example. Whether this is legal or not, well, apparently it's not. It's not been legal for years because Alberto Del Rio, WWE tried to block Alberto Del Rio from an entire year after he slapped that WWE writer to make a joke about how Alberto actually so that guy's got slapped rightly so. Del Rio challenged the clause with the court and the looked at it. WWE tried to bring back Del Rio having suitable advertising. And then Alberto also worked in the meantime in Mexico, whatever he wanted. So I guess that was their way of smoothing away from everybody to do that first.
Well, there's something to be said for that. Winning isn't necessarily winning from a financial standpoint either. They have an entire, when I was there was an entire floor of lawyers under retainer. I have no doubt with TKO and WWE merging that they definitely have a lot more lawyers that are working full time. That's definitely a course of action they've used before, is to try to wear people down financially over time and have to give up or not even try to do it in the first place. It used to be sometimes with the 90-day no compete. Like I said, it was more amicable. And say in the case of me, even though I took the 90 days, if I said, well, I'm going to start like a month with TNA or whatever, go to Japan, it's nothing. And I'll just forego the 2 months or whatever pay to do that. Now that's not necessarily.
Sorry to put
Not an official option, but I've seen people do something like that because they just had a conversation with the office and said, you don't have to pay me, but I want to start working. And they could say yes or no, or maybe, or we'll get back to you, and then they won't get back to you until day 91, and say, yeah, now you're coming to work. It depends. It's about who you know, your value as a human being, where you're at on the card, and how you have that relationship with the office. It could be a combination of all those. It just sounds like Andrade's is so much more personal on both ends of the spectrum that's why we're here right now. But they're trying to, for lack of a better term, F with him right now.
I'll give you one more example. Brock Lesnar, he secured an early release from back in 2004 after right on the road. It didn't sense him walking down his safety place. All the people around that time had still really great well renowned course. Just for people's interest, Brock Lesnar was signed to WWE in 2003. He was guaranteed $1 million per year. He left WrestleMania 20 the day off the day after the last match after WrestleMania 20 in 2004. He had signed for 7 years. That meant he was long until July 30th, I guess, 2010. And in his contract, he said that only being on WrestleMania in the world ever, he couldn't fight. And this was back in 2003, so he couldn't fight anybody else. They considered that competition as well. In early 2005, well, the NFL did the impact of the Minnesota Vikings that flopped and took. And then, to make major money, and boxing after the only realistic way is to keep them simulated all real combat. So he took them to court in early 2005, and he basically got that court removed, and by October 2005 he was back within the statute. So there you go, so that's 2005, that's 2014, and I bet if Andrade challenges this, WWE imposed free, because it just seems that a lot of the legalese they use in the contract do not work with the written thing on the paper that it's written.
I think it's more of an intimidation type thing. Will you go all the way with this? And obviously, Brock had the funds and also the ability to know he was doing other things. He might have went to New Japan, but the fact they put that clause in his contract at that particular time, that was not in mind. I remember that. So they knew Brock had an ability to obviously be a champion in amateur wrestling and college wrestling, but he probably could also fight, which they knew that he had an interest in that. And that's a great point, because I didn't know about the clause until now. That's why he went to try out for the Minnesota Vikings in the NFL, because that particular thing was the only thing that opened up to him. So why not just try to see if you can move over to professional football and play, and then maybe by the end of the contract you can go back and work wrestling or MMA. But man, it worked out for everybody, man. He went to UFC, became UFC champion, and came back an even bigger star with a bigger guarantee than he did before in limited dates. So everybody ended up making more money in the end.
These F5 finishes on these things, this is a little inside of everything as well. What's weird with the Andrade case is that he wrestled for the Mexico Cancer Promotion on October 3rd. Apparently he was supposed to wrestle at a park, that's in Georgia, I think. At the end of this month, that's all it did cancel. Now, he was apparently also booking Andrade in the past on the World Wrestling Council, the same day as wrestling this week. So, already didn't pay for a submat, I think that's something. What do you say?
Well, it sounds
I think one way to do that, one was on Saturday, one was on Saturday because they put, that afternoon, they put the NXT show, and then later on that night was the WWE pay-per-view of PLA.
October 18th. Oh, so it's tonight, there you go. So apparently Andrade was supposed to have a gig in Karlsruhe for a wrestling conference tonight, because he was actually going to wrestle the same day as Kevin. I guess that's right. I went on Facebook for WWC. I scrolled back a couple of weeks, searched Andrade's name. So I don't know if it's still stuck from that, but interesting. If wrestling in Puerto Rico, because obviously Puerto Rico back in the United States, why is it okay for Mexico, but not the US, and then Puerto Rico for a little bit. It's a very confusing situation whether or not and there's something else as well that I want to ask you. If WWE wants to do a movie on this,
That's a very interesting question. I want to address the WWC because Carlos had a working relationship with WWE for many, many years, if not decades. I'm sure Dutch said that you know, they have some kind of relationship, not officially developmental or anything like that. The thing, yeah, that was the first thing, was like, Tony Khan could that might be why he took him right off TV and they never mentioned him again. But WWE could still sue for that appearance so quickly during the 1 year no compete clause. I mean, I don't know when we're going to get to the point where we're almost there for Texas Challenge, but when are we going to get to the point where somebody really looks at, are they independent contractors or are they employees? Let's really look at it, because quite frankly, 15 to 16 out of the 19 to 20 are in favor of independent contracting. Well, I mean, employee. You know, you have to show up a certain time, you have to perform the way they tell you to, you have to win or lose, you have to dress in gear that they approve of. There's all these different things. You have to be in this town, you have to be here. You can't say, I got, you know, this painting job pays more, so I'm going to take this one and come back here. They have had it both ways since the 80s. And that's the scary part. If they do lose that, they can also sue for retroactive stuff all the way back to the 80s. That was the fear of years ago.
yeah, that was the UFC. So it's still an outlet on really because the original one that got sacked, and that had been called for nearly 10 years. And I think that it was a Cold War or something like that. He was really sympathetic to the fighters, you know, having been paid, you know, something not really and they have a real shot. You never know what's going to happen in court. They have a real shot at taking it to courts and changing the entire structure of all the TKO contracts, which is UFC for that. As well. If anybody did sue WWE, would have an even stronger case. But ultimately, you never know what's going to happen in court for 10 years, whatever it is. So
I think what's going on now, even though Brock won his thing, Alberto Del Rio won his thing, he was still going through the grind of the wheels of justice through the court system and costing money. If there's something that's pretty much across the board that sets a precedent, then it's game over for those contracts. That's what they're trying to avoid, and they will play the decades-long game, to try to kick the can down the road until, I keep predicting, WrestleMania 43, Saudi buys, TKO, WWE, all that stuff. Then we have a whole new, I can imagine what those clauses look like.
How have contracts changed over the years with WWE as far as your brand? Because originally when you joined in 1999 with WWF, you could still take outside gigs, like signings, even independent wrestling matches, I believe, your days up.
Yeah, I was doing indies. That's how I got these brand new teeth, because I used to have a space between those teeth, and I wrestled Steve Bradley, rest in peace, and there was an accident, like the chair went sideways and hit me in the mouth. But I only remember that because I was doing independent shows. Even when I was, say, recovering from something, I did that angle with CM Punk at ROH in Connecticut that was supposed to set up a bunch of matches, because I was unofficially kind of scouting him and working guys on the indies and then going back to the office and saying, this guy's good or he's not good. More guys were good. I was like, I was excited. That was a really great part of my job to do that. But there was no official, you can work indies. Because, for example, I think Dreamer and Nova, when they were in the office, there were certain times they wanted to do seminars, and they couldn't do seminars. As being in talent relations to go out and scout talent. But then I could work indies from time to time up to a certain point and artificially scout talent. So it was very weird. And it depended. Obviously, they didn't care if I got hurt or not because I wasn't going to affect the TV product. But Dreamer and Nova also could navigate that and predict from one time to the other. They could ask 3 times and say no, then the 4th time they say yes, and the next 6 times they say no. So it's really, once again, it's all on the side of WWE now TKO. They have the leverage to say yes, no, or not even answering.
Just to wrap this up, just because you mentioned it once before.
By the way, if everybody's confused about these contracts, I've never been less confused. As time goes on, I'm trying to unconfuse everybody that I can.
I saw Brock Lesnar, that's how I met separates and got in a lawsuit, so therefore it's made public, because that's the fact. Man, they are right. Your children, dozens and dozens of names, I can't imagine any WWE wrestler ever sat down and read every single bit of that. Every page.
Yes. Yes, I know the evil people I was dealing with, and then I would go and invest the money in a lawyer, and the lawyer would always say, by the way, after the 3rd point, we're all the same. The only thing I went to a lawyer about was the addendum. Brian owns Stevie Richards, and they own Steven Richards. That's it. And that was 1 page long, 1 paragraph. So it could be simplified. What we're talking about, and we got to the point, they were so thick and they were in boxes in my garage. I was like, let's just get rid of these. Years and years, I wish I held on to them now for, us to kind of reference. But we're talking minimum 74, 75 pages if I can remember. And yes, you get tired of talent, promoter, talent, promoter, talent, promoter, promoter, talent. Like, oh my God. At least I felt talented after reading the contract.
So people know the first day of these contracts, he said, World Wrestling Entertainment, hereby referred to as promoter, it's always capital letters. And Stephen, Mike Manor, Stephen Richards, how we refer to the contract, as talent or capital letters. And that's what gets it to us, I guess. But at least
And they beat those 2 words to death. And then the death clause is in bold letters. Have you ever seen that?
Right, that's what I wanted to end the video on. I think we mentioned it once before on the show, but for people who don't know, the death clause in WWE contract, what is it?
Well, basically, they are not liable for anything that happens to you in the ring, around the ring, in the arena, anything that's on their, I guess, property at the time. They're not liable. My guess is this has been a locker room thing back, like, after it was put in there. I think it was after the Owen Hart lawsuit that they threw that in there.
So I consider insurance, like, something horrible happens to you, company will pay this.
No, it's this is the clearest part of the contract, that they have no liability for anything that happens to you while you're wrestling for them. That's paraphrasing it. It's 1 or 2 paragraphs, but literally, I remember I was reading it with crashing, like, out of all the paragraphs, out of all the clauses, this is like, I don't think it was bigger font, but it was as bold as you can get it. Like, it stood out in the contract.
I get it.
What's influence on that? And the WWE contracts look different to say TNA.
I didn't have a contract with TNA. I never got offered, I was on a nightly, so I've never seen those contracts, don't know. That would be a question for Dutch, and has been in the office, but he may have never seen the actual paperwork that was put in there. But no, I was just strictly on my nightly, and then there was no budget. Like, that's the main part is my assumption with the Rob Van Dam analogy. Like, he was on TV all the time, then all of a sudden the Abyss does the injury angle with him because they ran out of bookings and they didn't want to keep paying him. So I think the number one thing about the TNA contracts was the money and the amount of dates.
So, everybody, thank you so much. That was a YouTube exclusive. Why not get some clips at the end of the episode of the Richard Show? The episode of YouTube channel. The Patreon, we have exclusive watch-alongs. Problematic word-wise, goodness me.
Well, an WWE contract, they're so worthy.
Yeah, so, promoter and talent here. So we've got the Steve Richard Patreon, where you can watch along every week and pre-show shows and all the good camps and administration, as well as the Steve Richard Cameo, the Steve Richard Fitness Channel, the upcoming, or relaunching, I guess, of the Stevie Richards Analysis Channel, which I believe is going to be on the preview of that happening on this channel tomorrow with Dirty Dominic Mysterio. What went right for once is positive, so we expect the
It's going to be about 200-300 views.
But yeah, the negative stuff always works, but the positive stuff everyone tends to plan for them does. And also, I'll sneak this in as well. I secretly deleted Listening Wrestling and then relaunched it, and I tried to see what happened. Anyway, I'm going to do a video of that. Oh yeah, one video, like, nothing did well for 2 weeks, and then overnight, one video got 100,000 views.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. I can't believe it. Like, I've been asking everyone what happened and everything. So there you go. So it is out there somewhere, What's Made in Wrestling. Alright, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back on Sunday with another clip. Friday episode as per usual, and we'll see you then.
Welcome to Luxury Casino, one of Ontario's most trusted online casinos.
Hello, everybody. Please make sure that you like the live stream. Please. I'm just cleaning up, so I'm running around my place.
like, you know, some community that kind of form for like on Facebook became like learning. And I got really to like create like other people to go live, like the spin-off shows and stuff like that. And it just all started developing. We were, I guess, you know, we were starting to go live with you and stuff like that. And I think this also, I remember this ad one and then come over like podcast. And I said no, and that was that was like pretty cool with that. It's good podcast, and that like we started it, and like and everything progressed from there.
I see recently you guys took a photo.
Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah, it's a great. Ended up getting the formats. I had all the formats and GCW's. That was spring break, and not spring break. Yeah, it was just like backwards. And we were able to keep getting at match and help shoot over, but you know we keep encountering each other. So we have to I actually saw him on YouTube. So I was surprised when I was
Well, Nasty's always he's very supportive of me, whether it's on TikTok or Twitter. He's always putting me over and liking my stuff. So he's gonna be very excited to see this interview. And what a great way to start is to throw Nasty a little plug. But yeah, I feel like that tag team that has to happen eventually. Nasty Burger, you know what I mean? It's gotta.
Yeah.
That's gotta happen. So now he's giving you the no.
Yeah,
I love that. So, what a great way to start off the podcast. Sorry I threw a curveball at you. But,
no, that's fine.
Yeah. So, for people who don't know, you're a professional wrestler. Just, going into the year and you have musicians and a bunch of stuff. I try to do these interviews to, even if you're not into the scene of the people I'm talking about, I want people to understand who the person is that I'm interviewing and stuff like that. So, a professional wrestler, you've been doing this a long time. You're from professional wrestler to you're owning your own school, you're a trainer, you're a coach. So, I mean, you've been doing this for a long time, all over this country, all over the world, Japan to everywhere. And I know this is the corny podcast question, but when did you fall in love with this wrestling, like the world of professional wrestling?
It started like when I was listening to my dad's house on wrestling. My first memory of wrestling was watching SmackDown when it first started. So around like 2000, 2001, we were starting. And just from there, I fell in love with it as a kid. The pageantry of it, the personality, everything. And that was such a good era to get into wrestling. And that shaped one of my major interests when I was a kid. When I got into high school, I was kind of back here when this was happening in school. So pretty much it. I stopped watching for a couple of years. So I missed that whole era, like the Jeff Hardy, and all that stuff. That old 06 and out there. And I got back into it in 2000. And my love for it was all from there I went to like really got to like wrestling, I started making Japanese wrestling on YouTube, and I got into independence and all that and everything. And from there, that progressed to my love wrestling. In wrestling.
Yeah. Now, when in school, when you weren't doing the wrestling thing, were you into theater? Were you into sports? Was it like so? When you then made your transition to pro wrestling, was it an easy transition? Was it insanely difficult? Like every other person had that thing. Like so I had How could be on? How could we? He's like, I knew I wanted to be this. This is what I wanted to do. 18 Thomas, Junior Underwood. But they knew this. Like their entire high school career was them building up to become a professional wrestler. Like that was their goal. Was it like you said? You took that break off and then found it again. When did that gear shift that you wanted to do this, and what did you do to prepare for it?
So I was like, yeah, that opposite where I can really I love to be a wrestler, but I didn't have as a kid, I thought wrestling. Me and my friends would wrestle all the time. We'll have pillows, chairs, like each other. When I was in high school, I I played sports in elementary school, middle school. I got in high school, but I got big all that game. I just game, and I got gamers during that time. I was very big into heavy, like hardcore reader of books and stuff. 3 or 4 years, I would say, like a lot of times. Like, I was like, if that's all my high school game.
Yeah.
That was like the thing with my school. In the morning, I was trying to do like the biggest bosses and the biggest things.
Who's your character?
My first one was and I originally was a healer, and then they kind of like had to be patched, and they kind of was like the tanks and everything, and it's just a tangent. And then my next character was I basically a balanced group that also was and was a healer, was a greatest healer, and then with Death Knight's game, it's just in depth now.
I got into it, and it was when the expansion came out with the pandas.
Oh yeah. I stopped playing right before that one came.
Yeah. And all these friends were like, yo, World of Warcraft would be amazing, we can all play together. I bought it, I downloaded it, put it on my computer, I got like this gaming laptop, got my panda, and they all quit. And I played from 1 to 80 or 1 to 100 completely alone. It was a massive multiplayer game online, and it was the loneliest experience I ever had. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the world and how you were able to walk around and do things, and like I think it was so in depth and so much fun. But it will grab you.
One of the coolest I met while I doing good friends, just creating PvP and things like that. And I just really love the game. I'm really passionate about it. But after about that 4 or 5 year mark, it's just getting sailing. That's the element. And at that point is when I kind of started falling back into love with this. And that just happened by, I remember I called like the last time. It's like Seamus, like this, do like a TV or something, this like a TLC match. And I remember watching it go, well, the next video, I was just give this, check this out. I watched myself, wow. Just like, I watched the whole show, and I was like, oh, wow, this is fun. I watched like Impact the next day, the same day. So everything was just coming at me. So when I started back playing, I started I just like didn't know how to get myself. But I remember thinking like, well, wrestling is something I really passionate about. And I saw an ad for the Water School, 15 minutes from my house, and there for meetings and like school, and said this is something I want to do. So it was right.
So it's the same building that you're in now, but that's before you went to essentially train. Who was running it at that time?
At that time, the creators were Julius and
That's crazy. So I didn't realize what I was walking into when we did a taping for Camp Blue in the program. So we came in, and I walked in, and EP, who I do everything with, Brian, you met him at Slider Table. He's the wrestling encyclopedia. I love that man. With everything I got. He's my best bud. But we walked in, and he kind of gave me the was like, you know where we are, right? And I was like, we're Cheeseburger School. He goes, no, this was the ROH dojo. Like that was Punk's office. Brian, he's telling me everything. And he took the pictures of Matt Turner, who trained at that school, who was with Punk. And the first thing he asked her, like in the text message back, was, is the squat rack still broken? And I turned to him and said, do not use sign on. And I was like, yeah, it's broken. Claudio broke that during promo back in the day. I guess they loaded everything up and he put it on the Smith machine and shattered it. And it's still there. I was like, that's awesome.
Claudio at the end of the day, like a Smith machine, squats, and somehow it just got on track. But actually, because like you can't figure out how to use my workout. One of my students basically get it back on track. So it's not like perfect, but it's easy. But I think every time I'm at AW, I ask for the rest of it. I always
Who fixed it?
One of my students thinks getting it back, getting it back on the tracks.
That's sick. Well, good for him, because that's been damaged for a very, very long time. That's
Yeah, I mean,
you know, relevant.
I need this thing to come now. I just gotta see. Yeah, I think that's the American football right.
Yeah.
That's the American football. The life touching thing. I just want to see how long it lasts.
Yeah, there's so many cool Easter eggs and spots in that building that's like, oh, this person contributed this, and it's all still there, and I love that. We'll definitely dive more into the building and that in a second. But so you get in there and you're training under the name you just trained. What was it like training under them and learning under them, and what did you gain from them? Like, because the lyrics is one of my favorites too. Like he's an animal. Like he's just fun to watch. He's super entertaining. And everybody else there is super talented too. What was it like with the training? Was it as hard as they made it out to be? Was there ever a moment where you like, yo, this is hard?
Yeah, definitely. So I was just trying to manage this people the wrestling. And wrestling. I didn't think I had to wrestle, but what I didn't know was that the manager had to go on some training that wrestling. So it's like you start day one, and before you get in the ring, on the outside, we go with them, so like look out and easy circuits, there's lost, things like that. And after we did like the class, she would do like very yoga plus like very like I said, I did not take the hair and after the yoga, I was already like, alright guys, let's go. I remember like I'm like feeling like I was like half a heart attack. And I remember laying down like out and saying like look at me and saying like I think there's something wrong with my heart. And she's like, yeah, it's like you better keep it up back in the air. So I just I managed to get through everything, but I went home, I got in the car and walked, 6, 7, 2 days. Mom picked me up, and I remember telling her, yeah, I don't want to come back. She's like, yeah, we're not here to the house, so let's do it one more day. Alright, and then another day, and another day, and another day. Just kind of, you know, I always tell my students, like, thank you, start off hard, and then get the rest of it easy. Then you'll do something new, and that gets hard, and it'll get easier. But it's just a constant cycle. Things start hard, and get easier, and then do something else that gets hard. It's kind of go through the cycle.
Was there any moment during your like what was the thing that made you keep coming back? I don't say made you, but like what was that one thing you're like I have to do? Was it your mom pushing you? Was it somebody in the school that was like, hey man, like just keep the stick out, you got this? Like was it the motivation? Because some people go to wrestling schools and it's like their job in the beginning is to lead you out. And if you think for a second of doubt, that some trainers are like, there it is, that's what we're looking for. We're trying to weed out the weak and keep you strong. Was it the coaching style of them being like, no, you got this, like it's gonna get easy, it's gonna get harder, like how you just said, like how you are as a trainer. What kept you coming back to the door in those early stages?
Definitely my mom was good at that. But also just like you said, the environment. Motivated coaches. They're very helpful and very like they have a really good attitude. And if it wasn't for the environment there, I probably wouldn't go back. But because especially the amount the way he's able to teach the environment to the coaches like helped at that time. And I feel like if I started somewhere else, maybe I would have quit, but
Yeah, growing up playing sports, the soccer and football and basketball, like I get the tough coach aspect where you're like, this is not where you want to get the hell out. Don't waste my time. And I always think to myself, like, man, like you don't know who you're pushing out that door by that style. You know what I mean? And even when I started coaching, when I coached soccer later on, like, it was just an approach I didn't want to be. Like I would, me personally, I would see the ones, the 5 or 6 people who were really, really good, and I was like, oh, they got this. And I'd give them all the attention I want, but I also really focus on the 10 who weren't getting it. So I'm like, there might be a gem in there that in 10, like 5-6 years, that gym is a reason why you win a game later on down the season because they're good at that one thing or whatever it may be. And I love the fact that like the environment that you learned out of through Delirious and Daisy and them, where it was like, this is really, really like inspiring, good, and then you carried that on to kind of your style then later on as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They were like tough places, but they're like it wasn't just like toughness in the sense that like get you out of there, you just got to get you out of there, but it was they knew like when to be tough, but also when to like be open.
Yeah. So how long into your training and going through the school before you were gonna put together your first match or get to that level?
Like on the financial show.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a while. Since I was just getting like it took me about a year to debut. I started training October 2010. I didn't debut until May 2012. So yeah, about like a year and a half. And fun fact, actually, my first booking was through Bristol. So Jay Boyd booked me on the show they had in Delaware. And yeah.
And boys up there.
Yeah, they did the show. And I remember like that I felt like it was that. And the lyrics were like, hey, I got to do this man the first match. This was good, but they could be like the first show man. Now it's kind of like, oh yeah, Rizzy was like, you got like excited.
Kurt Bristol show.
Like, no, I'm excited. But yeah, they put me on the show. Well, it's like a free night. Something that after that, that's like a frequency for that. But yeah, it wasn't involved. I was still wrestling under a mask at the time. My first gimmick, Zsa Zsa Gabor, so I went to get a mask wrestler. So I did that for a couple of years and a half before I really and yeah, it was a good fun.
So you were doing the school and you're working with Delirious and stuff like that, and it's the ROH school. So you're in the ROH and you're also doing the backstage stuff at ROH. What is the environment like at ROH at that time? The roster obviously is what it is, and the people who are there. One of the people that we both are very fond of, a very, very good guy. Getting this plug now, Carrie. Love me some Carrie stuff. One of my favorite moments with you and Carrie is Carrie just shows up at shows sometimes. You don't even know he's coming, and he just pops in. He usually walks in like a hand on the shoulder. He goes, "What's up, my boy?" And you get the hug. But you're wrestling at Avery Goods Farewell Show at the brewery, and you're doing your thing. And Carrie is like still a fan. He loves all of his kids. He loves everyone, and he's front row, and he's on his little phone. Jace, give me a phone. It was just cool to see like Carrie, who owned like most of what we see on TV now, has come through Carrie. Like I would say that 80% of wrestling right now has come through the ROH system and is on TV. And then here he is, like the guy who's lived it, done it. There he is with his little phone, and he's recording you in a match at a brewery. Like that's so dope. I love him. Who are some people you really got to bond with during those early stages? Obviously, beside your coaches that you're like that probably put you in places that you wouldn't have had if you would have worked in that system.
Yeah, a lot of people Red Tigers and Red. It actually plays into how I got to make
Yes.
So like yeah, right before the report line or like a lot of these guys are
Yeah.
The Lance, yeah, he was all
And every time I see Andre Chase, I'm like, it's Dylan. It looks like Dylan.
Oh. Yeah. A lot of others are made of it's so cool to see all this nice stuff. Mike said that all these old we have time, and now we like backstage, like the person who's going to be ready now to success with that. Like outside of wrestling, Jake Haggerty who wants to be so many stuff.
I speak my name a lot on invoices.
Oh yeah. I was super they're the nice, like they're like the scariest looking guys. So yeah, I was like a 17-year-old kid when we go on to I was helping we were making a lot of I was in ROH until the sale happened. For years, so I literally was raised and almost 30-year-old man making the hardest options.
Yeah, it's cool to think about. Like you came in at 17, your first week, wanted a way out, and forced your way through, got through, got done, and it really comes down to really picking. Like when you get into a wrestling school, it just happened to fall in your backyard. Like you didn't have to travel, you didn't have to everything fell into place for you to get to the point where like, hey, I'm gonna go to school. It's in my backyard. It's ROH. ROH leads to what we have now in the business. Like you get all these good connections. Like and I don't know. It's kind of awesome how it kind of fell into your lap there. But you talking about Red Titus and helped you with discovering your name and your new character, Cheeseburger. How did you become Cheeseburger?
Basically what happened was this was a couple of weeks in my trip, and we were going on a road trip to Ohio. It was going to be my first road trip to and we were out back. And I remember Red Titus came. That's Red Titus came. So I was like, I gotta go say hi to him. So I stuck my hand out and said, hey, man, you need to, we're gonna be open now. It was like, man, you need to eat a cheeseburger. And like, every night before the he said, hey, like, every night, but at the time, we all a lot of people used to get like the hands. And like, this is like, back to the cheeseburger, that's what I used to name. Because I was like super, I was like 17, like, 115 pounds at the time, and super skinny. And like I cheeseburger was gonna be a name. And the gimmick was for my first road trip, every time we stopped at a restaurant, I would have to eat like a cheeseburger.
I love that. So here's a question for you. I'm gonna give a little plug to my boys over at the Opinion City podcast. Their gimmick or their podcast is a top 5 list. So I'm gonna throw something at you real quick. Your top 5 cheeseburgers. If you had to pick. I mean, you've been all over. You've been to Japan. You've been East Coast, West Coast.
I'll name the place just like a chain of third called Purgatory. Very fantastic. Actually, we would like breakfast for 100 times a year. And burgers was like cool. I remember food was one time. I was supposed to fans food was saying, hey, did you get burgers? No, I didn't have time. So Purgatory, so we hey, they have someone some pretty over.
Yeah, that's sick.
So
Purgatory, get cashing on that name, baby.
Yeah. Purgatory's up there. There's a place in it's like a local bar. Yeah, that's where there's a lot of some really good stuff.
What about the fast food chains? Like if you had a Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, Sonic.
I love it. I don't know where, but now it's the same for the counter at OBC. I love Maple Corn. That's just like, if I had nothing else, I had no like, I would go make a $40 cheese and keep saying everywhere.
It's a royale cheese if you're on
I like, that might be my favorite fast food.
alright.
I'm not Barber's okay. I don't know. In and out. I like the first time, but I had oh, actually, Colbert and Colbert down in Minnesota, and Colbert's really good. I don't know, like they're not really like Colbert's actually but the best burger I've ever had. I got booked at a place in totally Arctic wrestling. Ubik, Canada. This is in Northwest Territories. It's the furthest north wrestling place in the entire world. You know, about like Russia, like whatever it is. It's like up in the Arctic, like above the Arctic Circle. It's like as far north. It's literally touching the Arctic. My friend, some wrestlers up there. My friend does this one of the guy named Nolan there, and a guy named Blue Water, and it's just so great. And they basically just like run the show for us. And I was like the first thing they brought up there. Like next to this. And we did 2 shows. One was in their hometown of Ubik, which is a town, like I said, Arctic Circle. With about 2,000 people. And we did a show with 3 wrestlers, our full wrestlers, and one other guy, Devin, was referee, ring announcer, gift collector, and
I love that.
so basically what happened was we did a tag match for all of the 30 guys. They back out, they did a street fight, they came back out, and then we went out to the main event.
At least I didn't book a 13-match card still somehow.
Yeah. The second day we did get to the second show was in the town called England has like 900 people that see some of our and there's a dirt highway from Ubik to town, and one lane like or 2 lane like dirt highway and get you guys in there, and we went to Tuck and we set the shows and we did 2 matches, but before we went to dinner like you want to eat, yeah, I want to try some local food and stuff like that. So there's this small like shack called Grandma's Kitchen, right, sitting right next to like this like this is like a beach, like all parts of this. And this small shack is just like over here, just like panels and different foods. I got a burger and I got a steak. And I never took a bite of it. It was like a euphoric experience of like. It was legit the best burger I've ever had.
Was the fun of the meat?
I mean, everything was great. Everything was great. I mean, definitely it was the biggest thing, but it was just like, I don't know what it was about it. It was just like, the taste of it was like so different than anything that I had had. It was just a burger, though.
Yeah.
It tasted so good. And I was like, I did not expect that. Small crack. Again, literally, 4 million. Nobody is going to get these things done forever. Also, side note, we try to get a milk butter for some milk. That's fine. Also, I tried that as well.
So on your travels, is that like a big thing for you? Like go try to local foods, like the mom and pop places, like stuff like that?
Yeah,
I love that food. That's my favorite. Like if I'm on a venue and I'm like, if we have like 5 minutes, I'm gonna go find something to eat. I try to find like a local pizza shop. Because my thing is, I can live and die on cheeseburgers and pizza. You just give me that all day long, I'm good to go. If I want to get fancy, I want chicken parm. Chicken parm is like this easy.
That's like always the main, especially if there's like a place that something that's the same like the local cuisine. Like I always love frying. But yeah, that was like that was pretty much yeah, that's pretty good.
So in your illustrious career and everything you've had going on, some matches or career highlights for you that really stand out. That if you would look back and you say like, all right, these are the matches that if you're going to look up cheeseburger matches, these are the ones that really stand out for you or really connect or resonate with you.
My first match was two matches both of those were 2 of the best matches I feel like I've ever had. He's absolutely a machine. Both those were super awesome matches. other one would be my last all match. That was like our last like after the run that we all get to our we had the most and it was a very emotional thing because we all got fired essentially. I'll be fired. So it was super emotional. We didn't know if we could turn back or before or job. So it was super emotional for everyone. There was like a lot of tears. My last match, sure that was serious. When I said before, my trainer and he was like all through my entire time for all there. So just and having that last match with me against them in the match where the stories that I finally to beat them, that was so emotional. And like after that, I didn't know what happened. Basketball gave it to me, and I just started actually the match was so much, but because it's like crying my eyes out. Like one because I like 3 water thing. Fire, but also
They got everything laid out.
that match was really good. It was so emotional. That one was great. One was on YouTube and I was watching it all for a while. Which was like, that was like the first really like I really feel like Roddy definitely same thing with Steve on that
Dude, I'm so stoked for Roddy versus Orange Cassidy. People have no idea what they're in store for that match. It's gonna be so good.
Roddy has such a level of like speed and after match his level for this game and like going over. That was good. I like the one against actually great match. My favorite one would definitely be the various night against Yalo and Pokemon. That was like just such a fun match. It's like he had so much comedy in that match, and he had broken balls just laughing the entire match, and it was one of the first matches and I just felt like super comfortable. Like I'm in my element, and this is going really well. This is fun, and it was such a fun match. I met the Game Out match also. He actually Game Out match just got recently. I wrestled him when he was 17, and funny enough, he had track meet at high school, so he was late to his show before the track meet, then came to a show for Wrestle Game. Wrestled at just right away. It's very rare when you have something and right away after he was super young, like I said, 17, years, but he was just like spot on timing, strikes and all his movements, and he had like wisdom. There's no way this guy's not going to be so he's the man.
What's his name under NXT yet, or is he not?
He just got signed.
Okay.
I
think they just put Chase Usually with that, I'm new to NXT. I took a huge break off, and I've been doing a watch along. I've been watching it, and like, so every night, like with Raw and SmackDown, all these things, I go live, like a watch along on YouTube. And I'm really starting to get back into NXT. But the new kid that is putting Chase Usually, like he's like the one that Thea Hale's all question over. Yeah, he's good. I like him a lot. He just looks like he's like the Captain America of pro wrestling. Like that kid, yeah, he has a great look. I think Thea Hale is so goddamn entertaining. She's like Billie Kay, except her work rate in the ring is unbelievable. I think she's very talented. The new annual agent though, in light of everything going on, and then they do like a calendar, and they brought all these girls in to do a calendar shoot. I'm like, ooh, that could be misconstrued. Yeah. Essentially, they did like a sexy pet calendar shoot to save the school. So it's like the
This is dumb. Where's
sex
my?
to sell essentially. It's like the timing is not the best. Yeah. Yeah. But it's working. It's because it chased you when everyone's super entertaining before it's game over.
If you see it like on my like
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of hard not to right now because everybody is on TV for the most part that you work with. right. Especially on the AEW side. But yeah, for those men, I think the first time I ever seen you wrestle was Camp Leapfrog is where I first, just like, I was, Camp Leapfrog to me was like my introduction to kind of back into wrestling, but into the independent wrestling scene. And I just remember watching it, and it was like, at first I didn't get what they were going for, because it was everyone just sitting around a table, and someone just yells, "Food fight," and then you, at the time, apricots and pears, now Edith Surreal, we're like, does that mean us? Alright, let's go. I'm just like, I love this. Yeah, it was just so like, food fight! Everyone's like, what? Oh, that's us. And it was super entertaining. Edith's another one. Like, if it wasn't for Camp Leapfrog, I don't like Edith for me was a superhero of that promotion. Like she is on like all her matches, everything she put together in that promotion is like I became a mega fan of Edith because of that. But like that was such a cool way to like introduce people to a new generation for me at least, because like it'll always be the most important time for wrestling for me was like Camp Leapfrog pandemic era, because it's like, I feel like what they put out there was just good. I loved it. I thought the stories were good. I thought the people that were involved, wrestling was really good. And I don't know, it was really special to me. And you were a part of it for a while there. You had to do a lot of cool things. I got to do commentary with D'Lo Brown for a match for you at the Hamburg Fieldhouse.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Commentary. Someone commentary. Yep. But that was a lot of fun. So you're in Japan, and one of the big things is you made, once again, just making buddies with people because you're just a likable person. Jushin Thunder Liger is someone who put your name out there, trying to get you more opportunities. Legend, one of the greatest of all time. How does that come about? I think I talked a little bit about the work that you had at the brewery. It's like, when you go over there, the language barrier, is there like a translator? Is there enough English to Japanese enough that you can have a conversation? How do you form that relationship?
The relationship is like these guys came over to my daughter about 15 years the first time we came into this. And it kind of became a thing where like the language so I started Japanese became my help. And I remember being so excited to finally see it live, and whenever I was doing like that day, when Liger came out, I just got up and like ran up to the stand and I got to see it. I was freaking out to see how good it was like, and he's that good player. And the guy, I'm a guy that's been on some of the kinds of characters that we now they're driving around here standing to the wrestler, and we feel like we had some brown roads and like the crowd cancer for the and we put out doing next weekend. So just throughout the week, I became the guy that just kind of took care of them, they did like drive through there, season stuff like that. And I think for guys that like are under us and then at one of the soccer games, terrible. One of the guys, oh, like, hey, you know, seriously, yeah, he brought me over live and I tried to like, yeah, where he told me like how to do the cosplay. And based on when that's like a couple of layers of TV, it's like walking around, it's like at the guys cosplay. And from then on, I kind of became part of the form again, as a manager, and like started passing all that. And after like the respect you have, but like, my first language barrier, it's one of the first things there is somewhat of a language barrier, but wrestling over there, there's the wrestling.
Oh, no. Oh, fuck.
And a lot of guys, they don't know what the American is. How to call this like,
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what you're striving for to be as a person. If you're striving to be like a lighter, you are knocking it out of the park, man. Like I said, every single person I ever come across, no one ever has a bad word to say about you. You are a gem, a great human. I want to kind of shift gears a little bit here from your wrestling side to that other side of the coaching in the school. So you get this, like the school is going to go up for sale. I'm not exactly sure how it goes down, and then the Armory isn't in the building anymore. How did you become in possession of it? And was it something right away you're like, I don't want to take this on, or was it something like, no, I need to keep this alive because it's by me, it's important, it should stay in within wrestling? How did that all come about?
So the school was, Ring of Honor had, the secretary got the Ring of Honor. At the time, everything was in that one building, so the school was there, Ring of Honor offices were there, video editing, and the website on. And Sinclair was started. It was very cool. So over time, they just kind of slowly started to kind of like build the infrastructure to have everything in Baltimore. So they would have, they started doing video editing, for example, video editing department. And they decided to move merchandise from and then they, the main offices over there. And it became a thing where they went through the school, like a lot of those sites that people were just fighting the school there. So we managed to keep the school there for 800 years. So after they tried a couple of times to move the school on their website, we would find like ways to kind of like move the school. Finally in 2018, they were like, that's it, we moved the school, like that's the end of the thing, no more advanced stuff. So they're gonna do everything out, and the landlord just went up to whoever else wants to purchase it. But they helped me to trailer role to do both ways. I didn't want to do both. And like me and my family, it's just like the house and everything, and
I need to get all this out.
so I went about it. It's training place where basically there's like a little outside of all this, about 3 hours out. 3 hours not much traffic, absolutely training. So on the school side, place to train, and we also had found out that like a lot of students that had graduated office as well, with the whole other. But I decided to say, hey, I like this school, if I hope that on my own. And I talked to the leaders about the idea, and I really liked things like that. I'd like to look at that, just the last couple months, maybe a year, maybe longer, or actually work at all. But I talked to the landlord, and he had really good relationship with him, just for years. And he signed the lease, and I went to the building, I ended up with it all. And they ended up doing all the neighborhood repairs, and that's now how we operate the school. That's super cool. You can send us to like UI, like Brian mentioned, that was it.
That's history, man. I love that, man. Like the fact that what that building, the history of that building, and everyone who goes there is like, man, these walls are just amazing. The people who slept on the couches when they come to these studies and like everything about it, and like for you to come in as this 17-year-old kid as a trainee, and then you're just like you become the guy who runs it. Like I think it's cool that you kept that history and you thought of others more than yourself. I don't know, man. It's just I'm always gonna root for the world like that. Like every time I see that building, every time there's tapings, every time there's something going on there, it's just I don't know, just your passion, your love for the people you work with and everything like that. Like it just comes through. You know what I mean? I think that's super dope. How do people become a student or come in to work for your school if they want to come and enter the business? First off, Bristol, Pennsylvania, if anyone. Yeah.
Anytime someone in March went to school, I go to one, just one. I always like to.
Sorry. Oops, sorry. Alright, I'm going to end this live stream. Have a good night.
Just so that we can receive everything. And I don't want to do it. I know like